Come on.
Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I said, I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. I feel it's necessary to explain what I say in the morning because somebody asked me, what do you mean by that when you say that in the morning? When I say, it's in response to David Hollister opening the song by saying, go ahead, Big Daddy, go ahead. I said, I sure will. Then I say, good morning, everybody, because I was raised that way. You're supposed to speak when you come in the room. I'm coming in y'all's room, whether it's your bedroom, the room in your house, your car, your office, wherever you're at. I come in the room, I got to speak, so I say, good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. And then I got to introduce myself because as a performer, I always felt my best when I was introduced. Why would you walk out on stage and nobody introduce you? You can't get a round of applause. It's horrible. So I say, you are listening to The Voice, one and only Steve Harvey. Come on, dig me now. Now that's old school. I got that, but once again, dig me now is I want you to feel what I'm about to say. That's all I'm saying. That's not a bragging thing. Y'all listening to The Voice, one and only Steve Harvey. Come on, dig me now. I'm just asking you to feel what I'm saying in the morning because it's part of a promise that I made to God. See, a long time ago, I told God if he allowed me to make it, that when I got there, I would tell everybody I know how I did it. And I wasn't going to shortcut it or shade him on it. I said, if you allow me to make it, if you give me the strength, the courage, the wisdom, you gave me a gift. If you let me apply it, don't destroy myself in the process. Forgive me for my sins along the way. Continue to hold and rock me when I need it. When I make it, I promise you, Lord, when I get there, I will tell everybody how I made it. Well, this started back in L.A. when I got on the radio. And I was making it okay. I was doing okay. But I had to keep my promise to God. My promise was, if you allow me to make it, I'll tell everybody how I got there. I have to tell you that every day, because if it was not for that grace and mercy, I wouldn't even be here able to fulfill my promise, because I've done enough dirt in my life, man, to not be worthy. He could have easily walked away from me a long time ago because I had walked away from him. See, and I didn't walk away from him once. I walked away from him a bunch of times. But guess what? He forgave me a bunch of times. I'm a living example of hundreds of chances. His forgiveness and his mercy is available for everybody. It's the only reason I get on this show every day. It's the only reason I have the blessings that's coming my way. It's the only way that the things that keep happening in my life, man, that I have no explanation for, is because of his grace and mercy. See, anytime something good happens in my life and I can't explain it, that's usually him. He exhibits to me, remember, I'm a forgiving God, man. Remember. So when you fall, Steve, don't lay down there. Don't you lay down there. Don't you let the devil fool you that because you done made some mistakes that you can't do it. Because everybody gonna make them. There's none perfect, no, not one. So get up, keep moving, keep pushing, step on. What you laying there for? Your daddy didn't raise you that way. Look, man, my father was just about manhood. I'm going to just tell you, my daddy never had a conversation with me about church. He beat me for not going, but, a couple times, but he wasn't about that. Wasn't his message. That was my mama's job. My mama taught me about being saved, about loving the Lord, about giving your life, about the teachings of Jesus Christ. My mama was a Sunday school teacher. So I got all of that from her. My old man ain't had none of that for me. My old man talked to me about one thing all day long, hard-working manhood. And well, you going to get that if you don't get nothing else from me. He gave that to me. So I got it. See, so my father, you say, excuse my language, but you ain't going to sit there like no little punk up in here. That ain't what you finna do. You finna get up and go do what you supposed to do. Now stop all that whining like some little punk and go and get to moving. That's how my father talked to me. Now I'm just telling you real. It worked for me though. And before you start emailing me, that had nothing to do with homosexuality at all. It's just that was his term for a man not acting like a man. That's all it was. It was not a gay reference at all. I want you to understand that before you start emailing me. So my daddy wasn't calling. That was not a sexual reference for him. My father talked to us. That's what he meant. I knew exactly what he meant. He couldn't have meant nothing else. He didn't even know nothing about that. My old man clueless when it come to that right there. So when I was getting down and feeling bad about myself, my old man, he taught me this toughness, man. He gave me this grit, this doggedness, this go to work and work hard. That's why today when God does bless me with something, he ain't got to worry about me not working hard. 'Cause that's in me. And when I get tired, I ask that same God for strength to keep on doing so I can do the blessings he got for me. So when you ask me, how you gonna do all this, Steve Harvey? I don't know. I ain't got to figure that out. All I got to do is show up with the same amount of faith I've been showing up with. God handle the rest of it. See, y'all, hey man, let me tell you something. I don't see how you do it. I don't either. Can I give you, hey man, news flash. Let me hear, I don't see how you doing all that, Steve. You doing this, you doing that, you that. Can I tell you something? I don't either. I just wake up with the faith, man, and trusting that if he gonna bless me with it, he must be gonna show me a way how to get it done. See, I ain't tripping on that part. See, once you take yourself out the how-to business, you can go on and get with it. But see, if you're going to trip yourself out with the how-to, you can't think like God can think. You can't figure like God can figure. So now you sitting up in here going, Lord, I want this to happen for me. Then I don't know how I'm going to do all that. Well, guess what? You in the way now. See, you in the way. Because see, God ain't asked you to figure out how to. He said, ask and believe. Then he said, faith without works is dead. That's my solution. That's the concoction that I'm functioning on. All I got to do is accept the blessing, keep the faith, be willing to work and believe. God can do anything but fail. Why would God bring me this far to leave me? Why would he bring you this far to leave you? So why I get up every morning? I have no choice. I got to get up in here and rap. When I'm running late, man, I try to plow through here. Sometimes I don't make it, man. I got to do a rerun, but I plow through here. 'Cause man, Steve, you going to run out of something to say. No, I'm going to just keep thanking him. Now you can't run out of that, can you? 'Cause you owe him that. Matter of fact, when I get through talking, I really ain't thanked him enough.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
If you're looking for someone to help you unpack Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton story, you're in the right place. It's me, Gabby Collins. Come with me, because on Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, we're stepping behind the scenes and the drawing boards of this team to experience the life breathed into the Bridgerton prequel. Listen to the leaps executive producer and series director Tom Verica took to capture the feeling that's put that lump in your throat. And you've got to catch creator Shonda Rhimes. She's dropping gems, diamonds, and mics. On this podcast, we're going beyond the basic line of questioning and getting to the heart of the show, all while appreciating the contributions of the show's creative teams and remarkable cast. Go inside each episode of Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton story with the creatives, the cast, and creator Shonda Rhimes leading the way. Listen to Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, Thursdays on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
It is the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to the ride, Steve Harvey Morning Show. Nephew on the mic early this morning because our fearless leader is running a little bit behind schedule, but everyone else is here. The beautiful Shirley Strawberry, Mississippi Monica, Carla Farrell, and Junior Boy Spades. Kia Junior Boy Spades. Let me ask y'all something for you. Good morning, first of all, to everybody.
Morning, nephew.
But you know, I know you normally start with a question, Junior, but let me start with one. How do I dock Steve for running late? How do I do that? Who do I call for that? Do anybody know who I do?
Him. Probably kind of call him. Yeah.
No, but how do I dock his pay, though? How do I get in the system to dock his pay?
You mean our payroll system? You trying to figure that out?
That part. How do I dock his pay?
But his signature is on the checks. Yeah, I don't understand how payroll check.
Okay, and I get it. It's complicated. I get that. But how do we go beyond
Why
that?
are you docking his pay though, Tommy? Why?
Because he's not here. He's not here. He's late. He's not here.
Do you get your pay docked when you're not here?
That's not what
That's
I
the
asked
case.
you. That's
You
not the
owe
question.
us.
Right.
Yeah.
You ain't been here.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
for
just saying.
us, after Steve, it's the Lord, isn't it? Jesus?
Who
That's,
told you that? Who told you that?
that's it.
Y'all don't want to help me, doctor.
That's the only person he answers to.
Y'all ain't no good co-workers. Y'all, how do we dock the man pay? That's all I'm asking. That's all.
We don't
He
dock
needs a-
you don't dock him. That's basically the lesson.
What
He
do you
needs a
ask
little swift kick in the butt sometime. He need it. What?
So
Y'all
let me
don't,
ask
y'all
you,
don't.
Steve.
Yeah.
Have you ever had your pay doc?
No.
That's the problem, Junior. That's
See,
the problem.
right there.
I wish they would.
I mean, on any
I wish
job.
they
Have you
would.
ever had your pay docked on any job?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember how you acted when you had your pay doc?
Yeah, they put me out the plant. Yeah, I remember.
Same thing had docked this man pay. Potentially worse.
Okay.
Why did they dock your pay? Why did they do it?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
worked
really,
at
we have an
I worked
idea.
at Compact Computers in Houston, which is now Hewlett Packard, right? I worked at Compact Computer, and I saw this girl that was fly at lunch, and I was like, oh my God, that she was so fly, but she worked in a whole nother unit. And I wanted to see the girl again. I pulled a fire alarm so we could all be outside so I could see the girl again. And I saw her. Oh my God, did I see her? But yeah, they ran the tape back and found out who pulled the damn fire alarm. It was me. So yeah, I got docked.
I can't imagine
then-
them docking you for that.
And then I
Wow.
got a little upset about being docked and got put out the plant. So yeah, I remember that to this day.
What, by a little upset, what do you mean?
Oh, I cussed a few people out and got on the pallet jack and
Got on a
my
pallet
son
jack.
is right here next to me about to say goodbye because he's getting ready to go to school. I don't want him to hear what his daddy did. So,
How ignorant his daddy is.
hey, Mom.
He has no idea.
Yeah.
Morning, Jordan. Have a good day
morning,
at
boy.
school.
Have a good day, man. I love you.
Your daddy crazy. That's how I was tell you.
All right.
Jordan's turned out so well. All right.
Despite.
Yes. All right. Thank you, guys. Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, we'll hear again from the nephew as he runs that prank back right after this.
You're docked, Steve.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. It is time now for the nephew and run that prank back. What you got for us, Neff?
I got a little something. You ain't married. You ain't married. I just hate to be the bearer of bad news
No,
this
you don't.
morning,
No, you don't.
but you are not married. Such a shame, a dirty shame. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to reach Brian.
Yeah, this is he.
How you doing, Brian? My name is Daniel. Wanted to give you a call today. You got a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. You're Brian. Brian, right? You're married to Althea.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, that's me. That's my wife. Yeah.
Okay. Got a question for you. How long have you guys been married?
Going on 9 years now. We've been married. Now, who is this?
My name is Daniel. Were you guys married at Greater New Missionary Baptist Church?
Let me see. Yeah. Yep. That's the name of that church. Yeah, great. About 9 years. Yeah, that's right. Why? What's going on? What you asking me all these questions for?
Okay. Do you remember the minister that officiated your actual wedding ceremony?
Yeah, that was
Reverend. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I got the right person. I wanted to make sure I had the right person, Brian. So I'm sorry if it seemed a little weird to you. Here's what's going on. We've just come up with a new discovery. A lot of information that Reverend, none of his credentials are true. Everything is false. He's not a minister at all. He never was a minister. And every single wedding ceremony that he officiated is basically null and void. So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you and Althea, even though you think you've been married for 9 years, you guys are not married at all.
No, Doc, you got to have the wrong person. Because me and Althea, we got married about 9 years ago, and Reverend he He the preacher.
I know that, Brian. I know that. What I'm telling you is he never was ordained. He's never been an ordained minister. He's not a minister at all. So when he performed this ceremony, your wedding ceremony, he had no right to be doing that. You guys are not married. You know, you guys have been living in sin for 9 years.
Hold on, Doc. Let me tell you something. I ain't been living in no sin. Me and my wife, we have been married for 9 years, and that man, he's a preacher. I'm telling you, he's a preacher. I heard him preach last Sunday.
Sir, as of today, he has no right to be in anybody's pulpit. He has no right to be officiating, whether it's weddings or funerals, no matter what it is, christenings for children. He's not allowed to do that, and we have officially stopped him from doing anything serving under as being a pastor or a minister. We have stopped that. But what I want you to know is that you have been living in sin, and we want to try and get you guys married as soon as possible so you're not living in sin.
Oh, no, Doc. I ain't been living in no sin. I have been married for 9 years. This woman, she has been taking care of me and my kids for the past 9 years.
Wait a minute. You guys have children?
Yeah, we got two kids. Two beautiful kids.
Okay, then those kids are bastards.
Bastards? Hold on. Let me tell you something. My kids ain't no bastards. What about your kids? Your kids are bastards?
No, sir. My kids were born in wedlock. Your kids have been born out of wedlock.
I'm telling you, that man did my service, and he is a preacher. He's a man after God's own heart himself. He done everything that he could for me and my family. He is a preacher.
Sir, I know it's hard for you to swallow the truth, but I want you to know, and I need you to be able to tell Althea that you guys are not married, not as of right now.
No. Okay, so hold on. Now, back in the olden days, before all these colleges and stuff came about, you telling me that them men back in the old days, that they wasn't no preachers, that they wasn't men after the cloth? Is that what you're saying to me?
What are you getting at, sir?
What I'm trying to say is back in the olden days, back in the 20s and 30s, they didn't have all these colleges and all these degrees and stuff like these new preachers got these days. That man now, he was from back then, and God called them, and that's what they went on to. And all them people that they married back then, they did the same thing today. You don't need no degree to say that you're a preacher. You don't need no license saying you're a preacher. Me and my wife, we've been married for 9 years. My kids have been born in wedlock. We were married. We were married by Reverend. My friends and family, they was all there.
Sir, the bottom line is that you have been living in sin because you have not been married with your wife for the last 9 years, and your kids, I hate to say it, your kids are bastards.
Now, hold on now. I done told you. Don't say nothing else about my kids. See, I ain't no cusser, but don't push me. My kids ain't no bastards. You understand me? You don't get me upset.
Sir, I'm trying to give you the truth and try to get you in here and get you married so you will not be living in sin any more than what you are.
I ain't living in no sin. Look, now you gonna make me whoop your ASS. You understand? Me and my wife, we have been married for 9 years. Don't sit up here and call me talking about that we ain't married. That man ain't no preacher. You understand? Now get off my phone. That's my wife. Those are my kids. They have been born in wedlock. You understand?
Sir, I just wanted to call and give you the information so that you could probably stop living in sin. That's all I wanted to do.
I ain't living in no sin. That's what I just told you. You ain't hear me? I ain't living in no sin. Maybe you the one that's living up in some sin. Now, you ain't got nothing to say to me. That man that married us 9 years ago. Now, get your ASS off my phone.
Sir, I have one more thing. I'd like to say to you.
You ain't got nothing else to say to me. You ain't get your ASS off my CAM phone. Now, do you understand me? I ain't got time for this publicity.
Sir, can I say one more thing?
What you got to say to me now?
I just wanted to let you know that this is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your wife, Althea, got me to prank phone call you.
Oh, man, no. Oh, Lordy. Doc, yeah. Doc, yeah, I almost went in on you, Doc. You almost made me go there. Yeah, I'm a good Althea. You say Althea put you up to this?
Althea got me to prank you, man.
Wow, man.
Oh, man. Hey, man, you all right with me, brother? I got to ask you something, man. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
The Steve Harvey Morning Show, man.
And there you have it. You ain't married. There you go. All right.
Thank you, guys. Coming up next, it is Ask the CLO. We'll get into that.
You're listening
to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Got to tell you guys this, that coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, 50 Cent reaches a settlement with Miami Spa in penis enlargement lawsuit.
All right.
Okay.
It didn't work out? It didn't work. Back to where he was. What happened?
We'll talk about it at the top of the hour. Plus, in other entertainment news, Sherry Shepherd credits her time in jail for helping her become financially responsible. And in trending national news, we'll tell you how you can help our neighbors in the South affected by the most recent storms. We'll talk about all of these stories at the top of the hour. But now, guess what? It is time to ask the CLO. And before we get to that, I think he wanted to address something. He's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, welcome, man. How you doing, man? How you doing, huh?
Good morning, Steve.
Perfectly
Hey, Steve.
fine.
It's good with you.
Yeah.
CLO. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hey, I always want to tell you before we get to CLO that they was up in here talking about that you ought to be docked for being late and stuff. And I was like, y'all ain't doing nothing like that to my uncle.
And see, by they, he
here?
means him.
Can I say this here?
What?
I really already know it wasn't they.
Yeah.
Hello. You better know that pronoun. You better know your knowledge. You
I
better know your
already know, since we're in the
Why would I
age
do-
of correct pronouns.
pronouns.
You, I, me, alone.
You already. Oh, you
Man,
know how tight.
boy, you wouldn't
how tight
have
we is,
a
man.
dollar if we was docking pay. Come on, Shirley, with this CLO. I know he ain't talking about docking no damn body.
All right, here we go. Mel in Lansing says, I'm 28 and I visited my parents for the weekend and I snuck my old boyfriend in through my window. We were having sex and my mother came to tell me goodnight and she asked why the door was locked. I ignored her and she went on to bed. It was awkward the next day. Does she know what I was doing in there?
Hell no, she'd have brought it up. But then she's a mother. She might have knew something. And she's waiting on you to be the daughter she thought she raised and come on and admit to it. But then the daughter she raised wouldn't have that boy climbing in that damn window either, though. See? So, well, at least we done found out through this little CLO that you ain't who your mama thought you were.
You're almost 30, though. Come on now.
Yeah, well, once again, you ain't who your mama thought you were. Go on and deal with it. Ain't no need of disappointing her verbally. Just let her think it.
That's funny, Steve.
All right. Moving on, CLO, to Alfred in Colfax, who writes, my wife and I bought a new house on a large lot, and she loves being outside gardening and cutting the grass. She loves it, so I don't bother her. But one of our new neighbors joked with her about coming over to do his yard too, and that bothered me. Should I go pay him a visit and tell him I didn't like his joke?
Well, if the joke bothered I understand where you coming from because it got you looking kind of crazy, like your wife out there cutting the grass, and that's traditionally in neighborhoods across all of suburban America a man's job. But if your wife likes it, you can't stop her from doing what she like. But now the dude that joked about it, it's just a joke. You come on over and do my yard. Your problem be if she take her ass over there and do it. Ain't no need to get mad at bad jokes. Whole lot of bad joke tellers walking around out here. I done seen some of them get on stage and actually get a check for it. They ain't doing it no more, but, joke telling is a skill set. He was just joking. I don't think don't worry about that. You get offended. You wear them, but see, really, it ain't the joke. It's the how it make you look.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's that male ego now. So.
Would you have been upset if someone said that? Would you have been upset?
Well, my wife not going to go out there and mow the grass. I can promise you that. I can't imagine that in no shape, form, or fashion. Unless it was one of them riding Toro mowers, she might want to go out there and try to learn how to do that. Okay. That's like, I cut my grass, man, in about 2004.
Oh, really? Almost
It ain't
20
been cut
years.
since then?
And almost to 19.
Almost
It's
20
19
years.
Well, I didn't have to. I just wanted to ride the Toro and go around the trees.
How long it took?
Oh, I was only about an hour.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
All righty.
All right, moving on to Catrice in Tuscaloosa, who says, I'm 48 years old and my neighbor and my 26-year-old daughter are too close for comfort. He's always up in her face and he gave her money for her nails twice. He's 40 and married, but we fooled around once. Should I tell my daughter?
Wow.
Woo! What?
Wow.
Yeah, this is craziness. Crazy.
kind of tight right here.
Yeah.
Well, him and your daughter kicking it. See, you mad at him because he gave her money for her nails, but she took it. See.
Twice. So, but the mom wants to know, should she tell her daughter that they fooled around before, too?
What is y'all with these neighbors?
Oh, neighbor.
You know, a neighbor just supposed to be able to come over and get sugar, not the sugar.
So, should mama tell the daughter?
Yeah, that's the question, Steve. Should she tell her daughter that they kicked it before?
Well,
Don't have to.
well,
Today.
if you want to throw your daughter into something, go ahead and tell her.
Come on, true confession. You know you hate
Yeah.
confessing.
Yeah, me personally, I wouldn't. But, you know, you ain't me. So, you probably
Yeah,
gonna go ahead.
What is that going to do if she tells her daughter?
You know, make her pause before doing it, before going forward again. I don't know, Hale. I ain't got nothing to tell my kids. I have nothing I can tell them.
About who you kicked it with, huh?
I can't open my damn mouth about nothing.
All right. Okay. All right. Moving on to Steph in River Bend. Steph said, I had a threesome with two guys, and one of the guys is married to my sorority sister.
Wait. She had a threesome with who?
With two guys, and one of the guys, Steph. Her name is Steph.
Stephanie.
Like short for Stephanie.
Yeah, say the whole name so we can understand.
It's Steph on the paper, but you know,
so is Steph Curry, so I need you to say the whole name so we understand what you're saying.
All right, you got it, Steve. Steph had a threesome with two guys, and one of the guys is married to her sorority sister. She found out on Instagram, and she's so mad that he didn't tell her that he was married. He has an online dating profile and everything. Why do men act so shady?
What?
They shady. What? I don't even understand. Why do some? I don't have an online dating profile, so let's take it out of all men. He's shady.
He's shady.
You the one in the
You didn't think that was a big?
All right. All right, coming up at the top of the hour, thank you, CLO. We'll have some entertainment news for you right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
If you're looking for someone to help you unpack Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton's story, you're in the right place. It's me, Gabby Collins. Come with me, because on Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, we're stepping behind the scenes and the drawing boards of this team to experience the life breathed into the Bridgerton prequel. Listen to the leaps executive producer and series director Tom Verica took to capture the feeling that's put that lump in your throat. And you've got to catch creator Shonda Rhimes. She's dropping gems, diamonds, and mics. On this podcast, we're going beyond the basic line of questioning and getting to the heart of the show, all while appreciating the contributions of the show's creative teams and remarkable cast. Go inside each episode of Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton's story with the creatives, the cast, and creator Shonda Rhimes leading the way. Listen to Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, Thursdays on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
What if I told you there was way more to the story behind game-changing events? Welcome to my new podcast, That Moment with Damon John. Every Tuesday, we will jump into the personal stories of some of the most influential people on the planet, from business moguls.
At this point, I'm a young chef. I talked to chef. He said, listen to me now. As a black kid, you can work in a restaurant because people like me allow you to work in a restaurant.
Celebrities to athletes and artists.
You gotta have a little gangsters to survive in this business because they will also challenge anything they think won't fight back.
Greatness starts with a single step. So, whether you're an entrepreneur, an artist, or just someone seeking inspiration, join me every Tuesday for That Moment with Damon John on the Black Effect Podcast Network, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you go to get your podcasts.
According to Billboard.com, 50 Cent has reached a settlement to end a lawsuit in which he accused a Miami medical spa of falsely suggesting that he had penis surgery. 50 Cent sued Angela Kogan and her Perfection Plastic Surgery and Med Spa, arguing that he took a photo with someone he thought was a fan and had never consented to the use of the image for commercial purposes in any form. 50 also claimed Kogan not only posted the image to Instagram herself, but also engineered an article on the website, The Shade Room, that used the post to make the false insinuation that she provided him with penile enhancement. 50's lawyer and Angela Kogan's lawyers made a joint filing in a federal court on Friday in which they announced that they had reached an agreement in principle to settle Mr. Jackson's claims and were in the process of preparing an agreement to finalize and memorialize their deal. What? Okay. So she used his image. He just thought he was taking a picture with the fan. And then she put
but that's the picture you chose to take with the fan.
Okay. Next story, Shirley. I'm not talking.
You ain't gonna talk about it, Junior?
I'm not talking about 50s.
What?
I'm not.
You're not doing it.
I refuse. Sherry did what now?
All right, that's it. No comment.
Yeah.
Well, at least they settled it. Okay, at least they settled it. That's the good news, I guess.
I mean, I understand where he's coming from.
Huh?
You know, he mad because they tried to make it look like he had the surgery.
And he had to make himself look bigger.
That's not what you gonna do to me.
What?
We're not doing this story.
On there.
I'd have took a selfie.
Yeah, I'd have put another picture on there.
I'd have took a selfie and then had her give me all the proceeds from the clinic.
Women do it with breast enhancements all the time. Nobody says anything. Now all of a
Hell
sudden.
no. Breast is way different.
That's a little different, sure.
Yeah.
Really?
Now all of a sudden.
Well, no, ain't all of a sudden. It's very different.
Mm-hmm. How so? How?
Would you post that you did a private part reduction? See, you having to do a private part reduction is the same as a man doing a private part enhancement. His was too small and hers was too big. And you don't really want that out there now, do you?
I said
Thank
breast.
you. Thank you. It ain't the same as breast.
We about to do the tighten up.
Hell, I wouldn't mind getting some breast implants. Give me that nice, big, round, full chest. That what the boy got? Not the boy in Creed that's finna go to jail.
We don't know that allegedly.
He's not going to jail. That's allegedly now. That's
What is wrong with you? All right, we're moving on.
and them charges changed.
That ain't what y'all said yesterday.
We're moving on. In other entertainment news, Sherry Shepherd said back in the day she was issued multiple speeding tickets and she never paid the fines associated with them. This eventually caught up with Sherry and led to her being arrested and put behind bars. Now, according to Page 6, Sherry said, quote, "Yeah, I went to jail for not paying my tickets. At the time, I did not think being in jail was a good moment, but looking back, I learned to pay all my bills. Jail, that was a classroom. It was a life lesson, and now I pay my bills on time." Sherry had to sit in a jail cell for 8 days, and she met some unique women during her time spent incarcerated. One of the girls in jail said, "Leave Sherry alone because she's going to be somebody, and we are going to be here for the rest of our lives." So,
man, what jail she was in for tickets?
8 days.
8 days.
That's what she said. 8 days.
How
How many
did
tickets she had?
Man, she didn't pay them. They added
Yeah.
She had a lot of tickets.
No. Go home 8 days.
Yeah, 8
She
days.
said 8 days.
Yeah,
That's her story.
That's her story.
I'm not saying that she's not telling the truth. Sherry's a very, very cool person. This ain't about that.
What?
But 8 days for these damn tickets, that must have been her sentence because she had not paid them before or something.
She had
They must
a
have
lot
gave
of
her
them.
8 days. Man.
Yeah.
And who was she in there with that's in there the rest of their life?
Those were the girls. One of the girls in jail said, leave her alone. She's going to be somebody. We are going to be here for the rest of our lives.
Do Sherry still write them? Do she still keep in touch with them?
Yeah, actually, the article went on to say that she's cool with one of the ladies. Now one of the ladies are out. And
Do the lady work on the show? Sherry got her working?
I don't know if she works on the show. I didn't see that part, but she says she is cool with her.
I'm just trying to see if she was Andy Dufresne when she got out and waited on her friend to get out.
Shawshank.
Oh, starring Morgan Freeman.
I wish I could see my friend right now.
Come on, Morgan. Give it to
Jerry Shepard. We were locked down years ago about traffic tickets. She told me she'd leave me a message when I got out, and there she was on television. I now work in the office with Jerry Shepard.
Thank you, friend, for that Morgan Freeman
Yes,
interpretation.
Tommy. Yes. Oh, Sherry Shepard.
Yes. Shout out to Sherry, though. Her show is great. I love watching Sherry's show. Love
It
her.
does. It puts you in a good mood, too.
Yes,
It's
her
so-
energy
yeah,
is
yeah.
so bubbly and
Yeah,
fun.
it's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sherry came to Shawshank in 1975.
I love it, Tommy.
All right.
Sherry Shepard got the best talk show I've ever seen outside of mine.
All right. Thank you for that button, Steve. Coming up in 20 minutes after the hour, well, Donald Trump will be, he is back on the campaign trail. This time it's in Waco, Texas. We'll talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
According to Yahoo.com, former President Donald Trump had his first major campaign stop of the 2024 presidential race. This one took place in Waco, Texas, where the 1993 siege between law enforcement and the Branch Davidians cult, in which 76 people died. Trump focused less on what he would do for America as president and more on what America could do for him. He said, every piece of my personal life, financial life, business life, and public life has been turned upside down and dissected like no one in the history of our country. Trump told his supporters. He says, and of course, as we all know, Trump is facing a possible indictment in connection with a Manhattan hush money probe railed against the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. Also denied again having an affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels. All right.
I heard some of that speech. He still is saying and lying that he won the 2020 election.
It's
2020.
Well, you didn't. Joe Biden is the president. But you know, here's the horrific part about this.
Mm-hmm.
That there is a large portion of America that don't give a damn what he do.
Yeah.
Because they are exactly like him and aspire to be him.
Yeah, he empowered them too.
They don't care what he does because doggone it, that's the American way. Slamming people, lying, doing anything to get to the top, that's the American way. That's how they got the country, and they ain't got no problem with that's how they want to take it back. That's why the campaign slogan is Make America Great Again. And what year was that?
But Steve, what about this statement? I mean, in part, every piece of his life has been turned upside down and dissected like no one in the history of our country. What about that? I mean, we've never had a president like him in the history of our country.
Well, he ain't
Quit
never
all
been
that
black
lying.
either.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
He ain't never been black. That's all. Go be black, fill out an application. Watch this.
Now you dropping some jewels. Okay.
Yeah.
Go and try to get a job in 1970. Go and try to eat at a lunch counter in 1968, 69, 70. Try to live somewhere you want to live, 2023. Try to get the same rates at the bank as everybody else, 2023. Go live in a certain district with a zip code and watch what happened to all your chances and opportunities. Simple things like how to grocery shop for healthy foods. All these food deserts out here. Oh, dog, this has been going on a long time. Sorry it just happened to you, Mr. Rich Boy.
Oh, yeah, your little privilege. He up here complaining about his privilege.
Yeah. All right,
it's a sorry country if they nominate him again. This is a sorry piece of country right here.
Yeah. All right, Steve,
Get
coming
ready.
up 34 minutes after the hour. Yeah, they did it once. Coming up at 34 minutes after the hour, we'll check your voicemail, Steve, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now to check Steve's voicemail, and if you'd like to leave a message for Steve, all you have to do is call 877-29-STEVE, 877-29-STEVE. You might just hear your call on the air. Are you ready, Steve? Here we go. This caller has a relationship question for you.
Hey, Uncle Steve, I need your advice. I've been in a relationship for 5 years. Just recently, we were engaged a year ago. Everything was good after the engagement for the first 8 months. In the last 3 months, things have changed. He has drastically changed. I've been begging to go on a trip for 2 years. He's never had the time, but now all of a sudden he found the time to go to Vegas by himself. I also recently learned that he got an apartment and he didn't tell me. I do believe the writing is on the wall, but I just don't know how to handle it. If you can give me some advice, I would really appreciate on how I should handle this and approach him and letting him know I know about the apartment. Thank you.
Well, ma'am, you said, I know the writing is on the wall. Then read it. That's all you got to do.
Get out.
And just, I mean, it's sad, but it's timely, though. Sometimes God reveal things to us just in the nick of time. Mm-hmm. And if you don't mind, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play you something. I'm going to play you something that I heard one time that was so prolific. And I think it will apply to this lady right here. And, I hope you can hear it. I'm going to play it off my phone. And I hope you understand it. But this right here is what I want you to hear. Check it out.
I don't know if people are aware of this, but the most important decision you will ever make in your life after...
I'll be damned.
You and your technology.
I thought he
had it too, boy.
Yeah.
Dog, I had it for a minute, bro. Tommy, I promise you I did.
I thought he nailed it. Like, wow.
Dog, it's so gone, I don't even know where. All right, let me try it again. All right, let me try it this time. And I want you to hear it right here.
I don't know if people are aware of this, but the most important decision you will ever make in your life after choosing to believe in God is the mate you choose to spend the rest of your life with. Your mate will either inspire you to grow into your greatness or they'll confine you to complacency. They'll either be your other half or they'll make you half of yourself. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan said, like, a good relationship will make you more youthful and bring out the best in you, and a bad one will age you prematurely and bring out the worst. So choose wisely. I don't know if...
That right there
Yes.
is a brother. I hope I'm saying his name right. I think it's man, this brother, he's dynamite, man. Every time I hear him talk, his thing is, where's his name? I had him on here one time. I can't find it, but his name is Gale. Nadia Gale, I think. That's not it. I got to find his name because I want to give his brother credit. But this cat spoke about that, man, and I've listened to that thing probably 30 times. Because I wish I had known this information. So in essence, you got to be careful who you choose. So if you got trouble before the marriage, it's only going to compound after it. A minister told me one thing: the only thing changes after the marriage is the appearance of your left hand third finger. If he dogging you out now, it's some more dogging is coming.
Yes, it is.
If he don't love you now, some more loveless days is on the way. So, sister, the writing is on the wall. I strongly suggest you read it. And go on about your business. better to get out now than to get in and regret it. Choose wisely.
Okay.
Man,
great advice.
I'm gonna get that brother's name, man, because I got to give him credit for that. Okay. I had his name written down somewhere.
You find it.
Okay.
Well, I'm proud of you on the technical side. You ran that little clip by yourself. You did pretty.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
That baby. Look at that baby.
Not you welcome.
Do it again. I bet you can't do it again.
Coming up next, it is the nephew and the prank phone call for today, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. And the subject is Feel How You Want to Feel. I love that title. We'll see if Steve wrote this letter in just a few, because right now it is time for the nephew and today's prank phone call. What you got for us, Nev?
Well, we've all heard this phrase, Shirley. We've all been in the midst of it. About to turn your lights off. About to turn your lights off. Everybody that heard it. Everybody has heard it.
Done it.
They don't give you a verbal warning.
About to turn who lights off? Then it's dark. Yeah.
Everybody has tried to negotiate with the man when he come out of the house. Turn him off. Hold up, cuz. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me put a little something in your pocket. Nah. We about to turn your lights off. Let's go, cat dog.
Hello, I'm trying to find Gerard, please.
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, Gerard, how you doing? This is Mason, man. I'm the guy that turns the lights on and off if you haven't paid your bill. And I'm over here at your house. I'm actually getting ready to turn the lights off, but I'm trying to. It's a courtesy call we're supposed to give. If people can pay their bill before we turn them off, then we collect and we keep moving.
You say who are you again?
I'm Mason. Exactly, sir.
And you say you about to do what?
I'm getting ready to turn the lights off because the bill hasn't been paid. I'm getting ready to turn the power off. Are you here at the house?
No, I'm at work.
Okay. Well, listen, is there anyone at the house that can make a payment?
Make a payment?
The payment right now that I have is $221.36. Is that right?
For what? The electric?
For the electric bill. Yes, sir.
No, sir. No, there's nobody at the house, and I don't think I owe that much.
Well, that's what I have right now. It's $221.36.
Now, see, my wife, she already paid that, see.
Okay, well, they don't have a record of that. I'm in your driveway right now. I'm getting ready to turn this thing off until a payment has been made.
Well, see, there's nobody home right now.
Okay, well, if no one is here, then I have to follow through and continue and go ahead and turn the power off until everything is rectified.
Oh. You in my driveway?
I'm in your driveway. Sir, is there anyone here? Or how far are you from here?
I'm at work. I can't get off right now, but you got to get out my driveway.
No, sir. I'm not going to be able to leave your driveway until I actually turn the power off.
Can't turn my power off. I got food in the refrigerator. My kids got fish that, come on, man.
What do you mean you got fish? What does that mean?
I can be there in 30 minutes to give you the cash right now.
Sir, what do you mean when you say you got fish?
Fish tank.
Oh, a fish tank. You have a fish tank? Okay, well, sir, I understand that, but
Sir, listen, I'll be there in 30 minutes. You stay right there, don't touch nothing, okay?
So I can't be here 30 minutes. I can't wait that long.
30 minutes I'll be there with cash, and I'll pay you, what is it, 200 what?
We don't accept cash, sir. We're going to need a money order.
I don't have time to go to. I'll be there with the cash, 30 minutes.
I can't take cash. Are you listening to me, sir?
Are you listening to me?
I'm listening to you. I can't take cash. I need a money order.
I'll be there in 30 minutes, okay?
Sir, I have to turn your power off if you're not here. I give everybody 10 minutes. 10 minutes where they can pay it, or we can actually turn it off. Now, you tell me what you want me to do.
I'm going to call my wife real quick, all right? Real quick.
Sir, I don't have time to call you. I don't have time for that.
First of all, sir, I'll get me upset. My wife don't mess up bills, okay? First of all, okay?
Okay, if she doesn't mess up bills, then what the hell is going on?
I don't know. I'm going to call her real quick. We'll get this straight. Okay?
Okay, well, sir, I don't have real quick time. What we have to do right now is I have to do this. I have to either turn your power off, you get it turned on. Now, listen, I can come back and turn this thing right back on next week. It'll be a $150 penalty. But to reconnect me...
First of all, you need to get the out of my yard, first of all. So I call your supervisor.
Sir, I'm here because I'm supposed to be here. I'm here because you haven't paid your bill.
I'm going to call my wife. We're going to get this straight right now.
I'm here because you haven't paid your bill.
I paid my bill. My wife pays my bill.
Well, how do you know she paid it? Because you don't know a damn... You don't know anything.
Hold up. Sir, trust me. My wife paid the bill. It's a mistake in your system. Get out of my yard now.
Are you at... Avenue.
Yeah, that's correct. But what?
I'm in the right place, sir, and you haven't paid your bill, and I've been ordered to turn it off.
I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be there in 30 minutes.
I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here in 30 minutes. Okay? Are you listening? I'm turning this off in the next 5 minutes.
Do not touch my. My wife paid the bill. Leave my electric.
Your wife hasn't paid the bill. Now maybe your wife is out lollygagging, doing something else.
Whoa. First of all, you keep her out of this, all right? Okay.
You're the one that brought her in. You're the one that keeps telling me what she has done and what she hasn't done.
Listen. That's why I draw the line. I'll be there in 30 minutes. Me and you can talk.
I'm not going to continue to go back and forth with you, sir. I don't have 30 minutes. I got 10 minutes. You understand me?
I'm going to leave right now. I'm going to get in the car right now, okay? I'll be there in 30 minutes.
Sir, I don't have 30 minutes. I'm turning it off. You can call downtown and get headquarters to turn it back on, and we'll come back out here, and it's a reconnect fee for $150.
So I got to come up with $300. Oh, hell no. Listen,
sir, your bill is $200 and something, and that's going to be a $150 reconnect fee.
That's some No, hell no. Hey, I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Okay, well, sir, I've told you before, you have 5 minutes to get here.
No, listen. Let me call my neighbor real quick. Hold up. Let me call.
I don't have time for you to click over and call other people, sir. Is there somebody that can give me a money order right now?
Yeah. Right now, I can get you a money order. In 5 minutes.
Okay, now who's going to do that?
I don't know. I call my wife.
I told you your wife is the reason why you're in this situation.
I'm going to report you to your supervisor.
How are you going to report me when I'm out doing my job? You should report your wife for not doing what she's supposed to be doing.
Hey, listen.
I don't care what you say. Do you want your lights on or off when you get here?
I want my lights on. What the do you got lights on?
Your lights are getting turned off in the next 2 minutes because your wife didn't pay the damn bill.
I'll tell you.
Excuse me?
I'll tell you. Listen, keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Hey, I tell you what, you know what my supervisor would tell you?
I don't know what your supervisor going to tell me.
He would tell you that you have been talking to Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked.
Oh, that's some stuff, man. I was on my way to...
Your coworker got you, Joseph. He got you.
I'm going to get his... Man, don't do that no more, man. Man, you had me...
Hey, I got one more thing to ask you, man. What is the baddest radio show in the land?
Come on, man. Steve Harvey Morning Show with Nephew Tommy.
The ignorance has started. It has started this week. It has started.
Stop.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah, you know what? Y'all done got kind of laxed on these prank praise when I get through. Y'all done got real laxed on this.
You don't tell us how to compliment you.
What has happened though? It has gone down tremendously. What is going on?
It's not enough.
Do we need prank praise practice? What is this here?
Yeah, give us some more lessons. Junior knows how to give us lessons.
Yeah, that's what I make him do. Right. When you gone, I make him prank praise you. That's what I do.
Thank you. All right. Okay. The prank fool will be in the building. It's going down this Saturday, baby. Dallas, it's going down. Tickets are on sale right now at April Fool's Comedy Jam number 6. Monique, Nephew Tommy, Rodney Perry, Dominique Hill, Junior Boy Spade Saturday night. Texas Trust. Get yourself ready because you got a lot of fools on April Fool's night and you do not want to miss it. Tickets are available at AXS. That's A as in Apple, X as in X-ray, S as in Sam, AXS.com. All right, laying in the cut. April 15th, the nephew is coming to Laugh and Love. Oh, that's Laugh and Love. That's me, Nephew Tommy. I'm the Laugh. And then, of course, the one and only Life Jennings is the Love, okay? Joining us is the one and only Bubba Dub in the building. That is in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Yes, it is. We'll be at the Sky Pack. Tickets are available right now. So get yourself some tickets for the Laugh and Love show, April 15th. I've been informed that that's not officially tax day anymore. It's about 2 or 3 days after that. So you just come on in and we'll celebrate taxes. You don't have to be, it's not your deadline as of right now for what I have been told. But yeah, all right. I said it.
All right. Thank you, Nephew. Coming up next, Strawberry Letter. The subject is Feel How You Want to Feel. We'll get into that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
If you're looking for someone to help you unpack Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton's story, you're in the right place. It's me, Gabby Collins. Come with me, because on Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, we're stepping behind the scenes and the drawing boards of this team to experience the life breathed into the Bridgerton prequel. Listen to the leaps executive producer and series director Tom Verica took to capture the feeling that's put that lump in your throat. And you've got to catch creator Shonda Rhimes. She's dropping gems, diamonds, and mics. On this podcast, we're going beyond the basic line of questioning and getting to the heart of the show, all while appreciating the contributions of the show's creative teams and remarkable cast. Go inside each episode of Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton's story with the creatives, the cast, and creator Shonda Rhimes leading the way. Listen to Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, Thursdays on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
What if I told you there was way more to the story behind game-changing events? Welcome to my new podcast, That Moment with Damon John. Every Tuesday, we will jump into the personal stories of some of the most influential people on the planet, from business moguls.
At this point, I'm a young chef. I talked to chef. He said, listen to me now. As a black kid, you can work in a restaurant because people like me allow you to work in a restaurant.
Celebrities to athletes and artists.
You gotta have a little gangsters to survive in this business, because they will also challenge anything they think won't fight back.
Greatness starts with a single step. So whether you're an entrepreneur, an artist, or just someone seeking inspiration, join me every Tuesday for That Moment with Damon John on the Black Effect Podcast Network, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you go to get your podcasts.
Well, we're praying for our neighbors in Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. And if you want to help our neighbors in the South affected by these recent storms, you can text the word Red Cross to 90999, 90999 to give $10 to the American Red Cross. Disaster relief, message and data rates may apply. All right?
Let's do it.
And
Let's
we're
help
still
our neighbors.
praying. Yeah,
Yes.
we're still praying for them. Mm-hmm. And, now we're going to switch gears here. It's time for the Strawberry Letter. If you need advice on relationships, on dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, and you never know, it could be yours.
It could be yours. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, feel how you want to feel. Just based on the title, we think Steve wrote it, but we'll see as we get into it. Dear Steve and Shirley, I'm a divorced mother of 2 grown sons. I raised them in the church and I taught them how to cook and do their own laundry. They did not have a good example of manhood, but I think the fact that their daddy and granddaddies on both sides were cheaters, they knew right from wrong. They saw how it could break up families and knew it was wrong. One of my sons is a ladies' man and he's always got a different woman up under him. So I always lecture him about settling down and finding a wife. My youngest son is not as advanced in the dating department as he should be at his age, and he's been dating a girl for a while. And I told him up front that I don't like her, but I don't have to date her. He does. This girl is controlling and she doesn't have home training. She takes my son's car and runs its gas out, and I told him to stop letting her drive it. It is his job to keep it gassed up for his needs, not hers. She hangs out with other guys and keeps telling my son they're all just friends. He's always got some kind of grief with her, and I sit on the phone with him for hours trying to tell him how to be more assertive with her. She called me the other day and said she heard I've been talking about her. The nerve of this child. I told her that I don't care what she heard, but she needs to stay in her place and mind her manners. I told her that I talk about her all the time and she can feel how she wants to feel how you want to feel, but she better not ever come at me like that again. I told her she needs her butt beat, but she took it the wrong way. She took that the wrong way. My son asked if I threatened her, and he took the girl's side over mine. I told him to kiss my behind and don't speak to me until she dumps him. Did I overreact in this case? Well, I'll say this. You're a single mother, and you are their mother, and I get it. Feel how you want to feel. I get it. You're doing what you know to do to raise your sons to be strong and self-sufficient. You said they didn't have a good male models growing up, so you were it as far as examples and authority goes. And now they're grown and going through relationship channels like everyone else, challenges like everyone else in the world. Your son, the ladies' man, thinks he's got it all together and probably turns a deaf ear, I'm sure, to your lectures on life and all of that. And your younger son sounds like he's whipped by this girl. That's what it is, Mom. That's why he took her side over yours. You really can't fight that whip appeal. You can't do it right now anyway, Mom. So I suggest you back away. Stop telling him what to do. Stop telling him you don't like her. All of that. He knows all of this, but he's still with her. Sometimes people, and especially our children, have to make mistakes. They have to get that life experience on their own. You can talk and talk and talk, but, they still want to do what they want to do, how they want to do it. So no, Mom, you didn't overreact. I won't say you did that. You're just a mom who loves her son, and you doesn't want him mistreated or hurt in any way. And that's what's happening in this situation. And there's really not too much you can do about it. Steve?
Well, here we go. Name of this letter is Feel How You Want to Feel. It's not as severe of a feel how you want to feel as I thought it would be.
You were hoping
that you had hoped for.
She didn't take it to the level that I exist on a daily.
Right.
She's a divorced mother with 2 grown sons. She didn't say they age, but they grown. Mm-hmm. They don't live with her. They do not live with her, so I know they grown. I could tell by the letter, the way it was written. Grew up in the church, cook, laundry, they do all that. They didn't have a good example of manhood, but I think the fact that their daddy and granddaddies on both sides were cheaters, they knew right from wrong. What? I don't know how you came to that assessment, but I disagree with that. Because they saw how it could break up families and they knew it was wrong. Well, that's not how men process information, sad to say. We don't have time to go into that, but that's not a true statement, what you just made. It's not that they didn't have good examples. They might have been fine examples of manhood. So I disagree with that assessment. We don't have time. One of my sons is a ladies' man, and he's always got a different woman up under him, so I always lecture him about settling down and finding a wife. He's not ready for that. Stop lecturing him. I always lecture him about settling down and finding a wife. My younger son is not as advanced in the dating department as he should be at his age. He's been dating a girl for a while, and I told him up front, I don't like her. Now, make up your mind now. You want your son to be a player, you want your son to settle down. The one that ain't got a woman up under him every time you see him now, you want to talk to him because he ain't as developed. Come on, lady, you're sending mixed signals here. When I come back to this letter, I would just get to it rather quickly. You don't have a major problem at all. You really don't. But I'll tell you what you should have did.
All right, Steve, we'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. The subject of today's Strawberry Letter, Feel How You Want to Feel. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject is Feel How You Want to Feel.
Well, this mother of 2 got these 2 grown sons, which makes this letter not that desperate. She don't think they had a good example of manhood because their granddaddies and daddies on each side was both cheaters, and they know right from wrong that it can mess up families. That has nothing to do with this letter, though, sad to say. And I'm sorry you taking that time to assess it that way, but that's not how men process stuff. They could be good men. Now, you say one of your sons has got a woman up under him all the time, and you keep lecturing him about finding a wife and settling down. He ain't ready for that. You can stop that conversation. See, because one of the things that happened in him watching his grandfathers was he saw that he cheated and it messed up family. So now he ain't going to do that until he ready for a family. See, there was some good in these granddaddies of his and some good men. And he learned some other stuff, too. Now, the other one you say is not advanced as for his age, so he's been dating a girl for a while, and I told him up front I don't like her. Okay, well, that ain't do no good. But I don't have to date her. He does. The girl is controlling. She doesn't have home training. She takes my son's car, runs his gas out. I told him to stop letting her drive it. That's his car. It is his job to keep it gassed up for his needs, not hers. She hangs out with other guys and keeps telling my son they all just friends. He's got some kind of grief with her, and I sit on the phone. He always got some grief with her. I sit on the phone with hours trying to tell him how to be more assertive with her. She got the car. She running it out. She hanging him in because she giving your son something he ain't had before. Now, your son might not be advanced, but damn it, she is. And you're absolutely correct in your assessment. But you can drive a train through his nostrils right now. Because his nose wide open. That's old school.
He's sprung, huh?
Yeah. And so you could talk to them. You told him to be more assertive with. She called me the other day and said she heard I've been talking about her. The nerve of this child. I told her I don't care what she heard, but she need to stay in her place and mind her manners. I told her that I talk about her all the time and she can feel how she want to feel. That is when you should have invited her over to your house so she could hear some of the stuff you say about her to her face. That way, feel how you want to feel. Then you can feel all of what I feel, too. See, I'm going to hurt your feelings. You little skank, little scallywag. See, I'd have put it on her, old school style. You Jezebel hussy, you running here and here with all these male friends. Steve said you can't be friends with all them men.
She should have brought you into it.
But she better not ever come at me like that again. You got that right, Mama. Don't ever let her come at you like that again. I told her she needs her butt beat, but she took that the wrong way. My son asked if I threatened her, and that's what that means. Yeah. See, you really told her you need your ass whipped. Mm-hmm. And now she took it the wrong way and told her son you threatened her. I did. You didn't read the subject of the letter? Feel how you want to feel. Mm-hmm. It seemed to me like you threatened me. Feel how you want to feel.
Yeah.
Take it any kind of way you want to, as long as you take it.
Yes.
And if you come over here, that ass whooping going down. My son asked if I threatened her, and he took the girl's side over mine. I told him to kiss my behind. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You don't believe her?
You told him to kiss your ass.
Oh.
Wish my son would.
Very different feeling, ain't it?
No, I wish my son would come up and talk about what he finna do. Boy, you finna do it when? Can we start now? Can we start now? Anyway, I told him to kiss my behind and don't speak to me until she dumps him. Did I overact in this case? Hell no. Hell no. You said what you wanted to say and you didn't lie. See, it'd be different if you lied. And your son's stupid. But he got to learn how to be stupid. All of our children do stupid things. You know why? Because they got it from us. Because we all did stupid things. Right. Every time my sons do something stupid.
What?
I go, boy, this boy dumb as a doorknob. And then I go. Then I try to rationalize it. Ain't no way in hell I'd have done that. Ooh, but I did something else, though.
Right. We all did stupid.
See, they didn't do it just like me because of technology. But I did the same damn thing. Right. No, you didn't overreact. Handle your business. And next time you say something, next time she say something, tighten her up. your mama threatened me. Mama, you don't threaten her. Don't be telling her. And boy, don't call my house telling me what to do. When you spending all my time, every time she hurt your feelings, you sitting up on the phone with me, trying to get some advice from me. I done gave you the damn advice. All the walking stop at this door.
Come on now. Thank you for posting your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. Please check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand, too. Coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, we got Junior with Sports Talk right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, it is time now for Junior and Sports Talk. Junior, what you got this morning?
Oh, my gosh, Shirley. I'll tell you what I do have first, though, because it is this week, April 1st, down in Dallas, Texas Trust Theater. Come on, man. I'm telling you, it's going down. April Fool's Comedy Jam number 6 is the Nephew in the building, hosting the show with headline by Monique. Then you got Rodney Perry, Dominique, and myself on that stage, man. Go ahead and get your tickets. We going to be acting a straight fool because we pulling up in a hearse. That's what we doing. We told y'all we was doing it. Yeah. Tommy, I didn't rent the hearse already. Bubba is driving us. I already know. It's Bubba Clay.
I hope it's one of them latest ones. I hope it's one of them latest ones. They nice. They real nice.
And with the body still in it.
They
nice.
You talking about the one with the partition in it. I know, the one that slides down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Back there. I got you.
Because you give the back peace and quiet when you have that new one. That's petition. You know what I'm saying? That's nice.
Ain't nobody talking back there anyway.
They want to see more bodies back there. That's all.
Well, Big Dog Talk called it out, man. There it is, man. Miami over Texas. The last 2 games was played the other day. Yeah. Man, it was a game, though, man. But even crazier time, another good game, man, was San Diego State and Creighton. 1-point game, man. That foul at the last second of the game with no time on the clock. They won 57-56, man. The Final Four is going down Saturday down in H-Town, man. You got Florida Atlantic University versus San Diego State. Then you got Miami and UConn. I can't tell you who gonna pull this off, man.
I'm pulling for Florida Atlantic all the way through to this Final Four.
The Owls? You pulling for the Owls, Tommy?
I'm pulling for the Owls. I am. we gonna have no Texas team that made it. I'm pulling for the Owls.
Not one Texas team made it, man, but I'm scared of this Miami team. This Miami team scares me. For some
they
reason,
want it.
They
number 15.
Look like they want it. Yeah. yeah. Jordan Miller. Yeah. He is not playing, man. Didn't miss a shot against Texas, though. Didn't miss one shot. Only him and Christian Layton are the only 2 that have went 100% from the field. So this tell you right now, if he don't miss on Saturday, we don't know what we're gonna do.
He understood the assignment, didn't he?
He really did, and brought it to him.
Yes,
brought it to him, man. And it's just like the tears, man. These boys, I hate seeing when they lose, man. These tears.
I turn it off right at the end, right at the last shot. I get off of there because then you be crying with them all night.
All night long, you be sitting there crying. One dude started crying. I started thinking about the last whooping my dad gave me. I said, man, you can't do this, dog.
All right, Junior, thank you. Coming up at the top of the hour, this woman on social media needs some advice, Steve. She says, my boyfriend only argues when he gets drunk. We'll talk about it right after this. What?
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
If you're looking for someone to help you unpack Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton's story, you're in the right place. It's me, Gabby Collins. Come with me, because on Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, we're stepping behind the scenes and the drawing boards of this team to experience the life breathed into the Bridgerton prequel. Listen to the leaps executive producer and series director Tom Verica took to capture the feeling that's put that lump in your throat. And you've got to catch creator Shonda Rhimes. She's dropping gems, diamonds, and mics. On this podcast, we're going beyond the basic line of questioning and getting to the heart of the show, all while appreciating the contributions of the show's creative teams and remarkable cast. Go inside each episode of Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton's story with the creatives, the cast, and creator Shonda Rhimes leading the way. Listen to Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, Thursdays on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
What if I told you there was way more to the story behind game-changing events? Welcome to my new podcast, That Moment with Damon John. Every Tuesday, we will jump into the personal stories of some of the most influential people on the planet, from business moguls,
At this point, I'm a young chef. I talked to chef. He said, listen to me now. As a black kid, you can work in a restaurant because people like me allow you to work in a restaurant.
Celebrities to athletes and artists.
You gotta have a little gangsters to survive in this business because they will also challenge anything they think won't fight back.
Greatness starts with a single step. So, whether you're an entrepreneur, an artist, or just someone seeking inspiration, join me every Tuesday for That Moment with Damon John on the Black Effect Podcast Network, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you go to get your podcasts.
Well, guys, our thoughts and our prayers are with the families of the victims of the horrific mass shooting yesterday at the Covenant Christian School in Nashville, Tennessee. Here is what has been reported so far. Metro Nashville Police Department has identified the shooter in Monday's school shooting that left 3 children and 3 staff members dead, and the suspect, 28-year-old Audrey Hale, fatally shot by responding police officers at 10:27 a.m. The shooter had a detailed map of Covenant School, a school for students in preschool through 6th grade, and allegedly shot through the door to gain entry to the school, police said. Metro Nashville Police Chief John Drake said during a news conference on Monday, quote, "We know there were 2 AR-styled rifles, 1 rifle, another was an AR-style pistol, and the other was a handgun. We believe 2 of those may have been obtained legally, locally here." As far as a motive, Drake said the shooter was once a student at the Covenant School and the suspect's gender identity may have been involved. Drake said, quote, "We have a manifesto. We have some writings that they're going over, and police identified the victims as 3 9-year-olds, a 61-year-old woman, a 60-year-old substitute teacher who was also head of the school, and a 61-year-old custodian." Wow.
It's a damn shame.
Jesus.
That's a damn shame.
Mercy,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
For those that live in Nashville, but for those who suffer with Nashville, it's just tragic, man. That and we still as a government are not going to do anything about it.
No.
We're going to do nothing about it. If that portion of the story is true, that 2 of these guns were purchased locally, legally.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose it was illegal to purchase that gun. Wouldn't that have made it just a little bit more difficult? There is no reason for us to possess an assault weapon. It is what it says it is. It is for assaults. So when these fools buy these guns, you expect the assault weapon not to do what it was made to do? Assault? Are you kidding me, man? Look, I'm all for if you want to buy hunting rifles and hunting stuff. I'm all for if you want a gun at your house to protect yourself from people like this. I ain't got no problem with that. Everybody can't have a gun, man. No. And we got to do a better job of this. But you know what? We say this every single time. Government of ours, your officials, your Republican conservatives are not going to make a single law to slow down, stop the sale of a weapon. Your Republican conservative lawmakers will vote to pass no law to make you safer. Not one when it comes to weapons, because the NRA is the largest contributor to the Republican Party, and the Second Amendment gonna stay.
Yeah. And Biden keeps pushing. He keeps pushing to have this to remove this gun.
He not gonna win.
Federal gun laws.
Not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Because
how are you not moved to tears when y'all see these babies coming out of these schools?
Because
every single time.
Because
how can this keep going?
Because Carla, it don't be none of they babies. See, y'all, I want everybody to hear me clear. It's when it ain't your baby, you can turn a blind eye. But if a shooter showed up, God forbid, I don't want this to happen. Because I don't like when innocent people die. I don't like that. Now, if you got some problem in your life and you want to blow your brains out, man, go over there, sit somewhere by the river and do what you gonna do. if you don't want no help, but what you taking all these innocent people with you for?
Right.
That don't make no damn sense.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And you done walked your ass in the store and bought 2 assault rifles locally, legally. Now you done turned them on. Man, miss me.
Yeah, President Biden has ordered half-staff flags to be flown for the Nashville victims.
I don't want no damn flags, man.
Just
I
saying.
want y'all to stop selling these guns.
Coming up, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, Carla is here with a recap of last night's iHeart Music Awards hosted by Lenny Kravitz.
It was an excellent show. Thank you, Shirley. 2023 iHeart Music Awards. Like you said, hosted by Lenny Kravitz. It was live from the Los Angeles Dolby Theater. And Lenny did start the show off saying we got to do better. Thoughts and prayers went out to the families of the victims in Nashville. A lot of the country music artists winning awards talked about that. All of the artists, everyone in the building praying for the city of Nashville. But the show went on. Taylor Swift and Harry Styles were among the big winners at the award show last night. Taylor Swift won the Innovator Award, Song of the Year. Harry Styles was named Artist of the Year, Hip Hop Artist of the Year. Drake, R&B Song of the Year was SZA, I Hate You, Best New R&B Artist. We love her. Money Long, she won that award. So it was just it was a good show. And let me tell you this, LL Cool J, the GOAT, he did I don't know if it was a cipher, but he talked about himself being the GOAT on the 50th anniversary of the Hip Hop Awards, but it was cold. It was so cold how he did it.
The GOAT.
Yeah, he is the GOAT. Me and my husband was like, boy, LL, that's a bad boy. He's a legend. 2023 iHeart Music Awards. You can check it out all on social media too if you missed it.
All right. Thank you, Carla. Coming up next at 33 minutes after the hour, we'll play a round of Would You Rather right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for a round of Would You Rather. Would you rather have a family that is always arguing, or would you rather have a family that never communicates their feelings?
I like the arguing family. I like the arguing family. Oh, yeah. That's what make us family right there. The arguing.
Really?
Junior?
Yeah. Well, I thought y'all was picking on me because that's both us. That's everything.
I love your family, Junior.
Yeah, we argue and we don't communicate feelings. Because I the word like on the start, feel how you want to feel. That's where it fit at right there.
All of that.
Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
Well,
family.
Come Mr. On, Harvey.
Steve, what you got?
I thought they was the same.
That's why they argue. Yeah.
All right. Moving on to would you rather stay in a comfortable but unfulfilling relationship? It's comfortable but unfulfilling. Or would you rather end it and just stay single indefinitely?
No, I like that comfortable and
unfulfilling.
Yeah.
Just unfulfilled, just with somebody.
Yeah. I'd just rather be single.
I'm
not doing it. Yeah. I can't do that, Tommy. I can't do that. Because I can't turn to nobody and say, we having sex tonight? No. Okay, cool. That's all. Unfulfilled again. Okay.
It's okay, though, Junior, but at least it's there.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
And keep being married, Junior. You're going to get that answer.
Oh, you're finna be real limited up in hip hop. Yeah. Be laying up eating Kroger chicken, I promise you.
What you got, Steve?
Well, once again,
you thought it was the same.
What? You thought
I'm just going to say this. Both of them suck because I've been in both.
Always can relate.
I'm on and say that. Sometimes these would you rathers for me, it ain't no would you rather. It's what happened to you back whenever.
Would you rather be trapped in a room with a venomous snake, or would you rather be stranded on a desert island with a group of cannibals?
Ooh. Well, I'm going to get on that island.
Yeah, that's what I'll put you on.
I'm going to get that island, and I'm going to act like I'm with them.
I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to eat them. No. Eat before be eaten. But that snake.
Kill or be killed.
But that snake.
Yes.
Don't do snakes, baby. No.
All right.
Depending on how big this room is, I can work with it. I'm going to kill the snake.
Oh, so you might could do either one then, huh, Steve?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to kill this snake, though.
Okay.
But what, you know what, though? I done killed a bunch of them. You make the wrong move, though. You slip. If you slip, you can't slip, Tommy. You cannot slip.
It's over.
You got that machete. You cannot slip.
Watch your step.
That's today's round of Would You Rather. Thank you, guys. Coming up next, it is our last break of the day, and we'll have some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
If you're looking for someone to help you unpack Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton's story, you're in the right place. It's me, Gabby Collins. Come with me, because on Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, we're stepping behind the scenes and the drawing boards of this team to experience the life breathed into the Bridgerton prequel. Listen to the leaps executive producer and series director Tom Verica took to capture the feeling that's put that lump in your throat. And you've got to catch creator Shonda Rhimes. She's dropping gems, diamonds, and mics. On this podcast, we're going beyond the basic line of questioning and getting to the heart of the show, all while appreciating the contributions of the show's creative teams and remarkable cast. Go inside each episode of Queen Charlotte of Bridgerton's story with the creatives, the cast, and creator Shonda Rhimes leading the way. Listen to Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, Thursdays on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
All right, guys, here we are, our last break of the day on this Tuesday. Wow, this show went by fast today, it seems.
It did, yeah.
It really did.
Wow.
Hey, Steve, earlier, we had a question from one of our listeners at 877-29-STEVE, where you can leave Steve a voicemail. Well, anyway, this young lady left you a voicemail. She had a relationship question for you. Can we play that again, please, Dave?
Yes, because I want to share something.
Hey, Uncle Steve, I need your advice. I've been in a relationship for 5 years. Just recently, we were engaged a year ago. Everything was good after the engagement for the first 8 months. In the last 3 months, things have changed. He has drastically changed. I've been begging to go on a trip for 2 years. He's never had the time, but now all of a sudden he found the time to go to Vegas by himself. I also recently learned that he got an apartment and he didn't tell me. I do believe the writing is on the wall, but I just don't know how to handle it. If you can give me some advice, I would really appreciate on how I should handle this and approach him and letting him know I know about the apartment. Thank you.
Wow. Well, here's the deal. The apartment, after 5 years of dating, asked you to marry him. You've been begging to go on a trip for 2 years, never went. He finally took a trip to Vegas by himself. You found out that there has been an apartment the entire time that you knew nothing about. Then you say the writing is on the wall. My suggestion, as I said earlier, then you should read the wall and act accordingly. Now, what I want to do is, I want to play something from a brother. I got his name right now. His name is Nuri Muhammad. N-U-R-I. Nuri Muhammad. I saw a video of him on relationships. I've played this probably 30 times total. Could probably more. It actually teared me up because I looked back at my life and I made the mistake. And I want you all to hear this. This is a brother named Nuri Muhammad. And this is what he said about relationships.
Let you down, boy. You was doing so well. You was doing
all right, here we go. One more time.
That setup was amazing.
Man, it was amazing.
Here we go. Here it is.
I don't know if people are aware of this, but the most important decision you will ever make in your life after choosing to believe in God is the mate you choose to spend the rest of your life with. Your mate will either inspire you to grow into your greatness or they'll confine you to complacency. They'll either be your other half or they'll make you half of yourself. The Honorable Minister Farrakhan said, like, a good relationship will make you more youthful and bring out the best in you, and a bad one will age you prematurely and bring out the worst. So choose wisely. I don't know if
I think that's one of the most profound things I've heard about a relationship. Mm-hmm. Because your other half will either make you better, inspire you to greatness, or will make you become half of yourself. Half of your potential can get wasted if you with the wrong person. That your choosing a mate can inspire you to greatness or condemn you to complacency. That's a powerful thing. And it is the most important decision you will make, who you choose to spend the rest of your life with. I thought I was making these decisions before, but I was ill-equipped. I was just ill-equipped, man. And I saw the signs in one of them. The writing was on the wall for me, and I didn't read it. I've done that before. If I were you, I would read the writing on the wall. Why you think you're looking at it? Why are you able to read it? Because it's there. Judge Lynn told me one time on the show, she said, women should stop collecting red flags. What you saving them for? These ain't badges of honor. These ain't pennants. These ain't pearls of wisdom. When you see a red flag, leave it in the ground, get in your car and go home. Stop collecting red flags. The red flags are obvious in this young lady's call. She's desperate. But man, wouldn't it be good to stay out of something that's gonna lead you to doom and misery? Because you're miserable now. He's changed, you say. He's become distant. He got an apartment you don't know nothing about. He taking trips to Vegas without you. Let me tell you something. I used to go to Vegas all the time. You know why I went to Vegas, man, back in the day? Because I was allowed to participate in everything I enjoyed doing, indoor, legal, all of it. I could gamble legally. I could smoke cigars indoors legally. And women. So I'm sitting there going, what? Hey, Vegas is an adult playground. Going out there by yourself. What the hell you mean by yourself? Don't know, but listen to me. Nobody goes to Vegas by themselves. Somebody, you got to take somebody to keep an eye, so y'all can just watch each other. Because it's finna pop off down here. Regular people, unless you're a professional gambler, you do not go to Vegas by yourself. That's all I got to say. I want to thank Brother Nuri Muhammad, man, for one of the greatest messages I've seen on relationship of all time. Nuri Muhammad, you're a bad man. I've heard you speak on several subjects. Great, great brother, man. Thank you so much, soldier. Nuri Muhammad, my man. Hey, y'all have a great day. Talk to God. He'd love to hear from you. Peace.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com. You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
On Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, we're stepping behind the scenes and the drawing boards of this team to experience the life breathed into the Bridgerton prequel. Listen to the leaps executive producer and series director Tom Verica took to capture the feeling that puts that lump in your throat. And you've got to catch creator Shonda Rhimes. She's dropping gems, diamonds, and mics. You can listen to Queen Charlotte, the official podcast, every Thursday on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you listen to your favorite shows.
Between April 1971 and September 1972, 6 young black girls were snatched off the streets in Washington, D.C.
This child was laying on the side of the road.
The person said, "I murdered your daughter."
The killer believed that he may have been seen.
I will admit the others when you catch me if you can. Signed, Freeway Phantom.
Listen to Freeway Phantom on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
What if I told you there was more to the story behind game-changing events? Get ready for my new podcast, That Moment with Damon John. Every Tuesday on the Black Effect Podcast Network, we'll jump into the personal stories of some of the most influential people on the planet, from business moguls and celebrities to athletes and artists. Join me every Tuesday for That Moment with Damon John on the Black Effect Podcast Network, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you go to get your podcasts.
Hey, everybody, we are Ben Bolin, Matt Frederick, and Noel Brown of Stuff They Don't Want You to Know, the podcast on iHeartRadio.
We're hosting an informative discussion in iHeartland soon.
Talking about our favorite teachers, the weird facts we learned in making the show, and how important it is to be curious about the world around us.
Education is important, so join us as we chat all about it.
Straight from State Farm Park in iHeartland for a limited time, so don't miss it.
We're going all in, so head to iHeartRadio.com/iHeartland to check it out.